Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Lorenz. I'm training out of Roger Gracie Vienna under my professor Orlando Neto. We're here at MTG headquarters today in Vienna. Today I'm going to show some back attacks. They're combined really well with half guards. I didn't show the kind of half guard yet that's going to lead us there, but I'm going to show in the future. We're going to go to the back, we're going to pull him on top of us, and then we're going to work our sequences to finish. Okay? So, first, how do we control, and what does it mean that what does control mean in that context? So, just for demonstration purposes, we're going to sit for a second here. In real life, you're never going to finish from here. You're not going to sit with the guy and work from here. You're going to be on this side or on this side. Okay? Now, first of all, if I can choose the sides, I have to know how to finish on this side, obviously, right? So, we should know to finish on both sides. On the control hand side, the hand is underneath, and on the choking arm side. Okay? So, we differentiate the two hands by which one is underneath the armpit and which one is over the shoulder. Okay, that's how we differentiate our arms here. So normally we want one hand underneath, that's our control hand, and one hand over the top, that's going to be our choking hand, choking arm. Okay? For now we're going to grab our own hand like this. So my control hand is always grabbing my choking hand. It's very important. Not the other way around, because then it's very easy for him to grab my thumb and just block me here, and now my choking hand is out of the game. So that's not good. So I'm going to go here. Like, think about holding a knife here and stabbing him in the heart, and then you're gonna hold your own hand like this, okay? A bit macabre, but that's how you can remember it, right? So we're gonna go here. Now I'm gonna choose a side. Generally I prefer the underhook side, but I'm gonna start from the control hand side. But today I'm gonna start on the choking hand side. Now let's turn a bit. So I'm gonna fall to my choking hand side like this, okay? Now what's important here? Number one, I want to stay attached to him, pull his shoulder in, and I want to get my bottom hook as high as possible, like this. Almost like you want to close a body triangle, but you're not gonna, you're just gonna float here. I mean, you can lock, but for now it's not necessary. I just want a nice high hook, okay? The lower the hook, the easier it is for him to just straighten his leg, push my leg down, escape, that's it. So, anytime I'm here with shallow hooks, I'm going to start working, and getting this hook as high as possible, okay? Now, look at my hands here. The great part on the overhand side, on the choking hand side, is his head cannot touch the floor because of this elbow. So it's going to be very hard to put his head on the floor and start escaping like this. That's the advantage of this side. Okay? The disadvantage is it's a bit harder to grip fight here. Okay? If I try to get the collar here, which I really want to do, it's, you see, I cannot retract my elbow. The floor is in the way. So I have to do a little movement here. I have to shift my seatbelt around. Okay? I like to get some momentum going with this leg, that's why it's free, not in the body triangle. Get some momentum, get onto my right elbow and sit up like this. So you see, so what happened? My elbow was in front of the shoulder, and now it's on the floor behind his head. Okay? And I still have this seatbelt configuration. Now, I have space to open and get a nice deep collar grip here. That's what I want. I advise you guys to take the control hand, grab the key first, open it and put it out and down. This is going to make it very easy for me to transfer my grip to here. And now I'm already in the business of choking the guy, okay? I've got this grip established. Now, I still need a control hand. I'm not just going to lean back and choke like this because you can just turn. And that's it, there's no choke. So, you have a few choices here. You can grab this hand, right? The more like basic variation or the more common variation is we grab the opposite lapel. Okay, let's do that for now. You're going to grab the opposite lapel. You don't have to grab as high. You can grab a bit lower, that's fine. You just straighten it once, re-grab and straighten it again. Now there's some nice tension on the knee. That's what we want. Okay, now to finish. The old school finish is we just extend both our arms, start leaning back and putting our hip in, right, like this. Very strong. Can work. There's just a bit of a gap here, a bit of a vulnerability here. If I lean back too far and don't keep my elbow in perfect position, he can't find the space. Yes, he's going to grab my elbow with both hands, pull it in front of him, get his head out of the hole, and suddenly he escapes. So my preferred way of finishing is, so we fold here, we get our bottom hook high, always the same, and we have a nice strong seatbelt. Control hand always protects the choking hand. I'm going to get some momentum going and get my elbow behind and shift my seatbelt a bit lower. Now I can start opening up and catching the lapel, okay? The collar. We're going to take this one We're gonna straighten this 1, 2. Now, instead of leaning back and opening the space behind him, I'm gonna get my elbow even farther behind. I'm gonna retract my elbow, let's turn a bit. So I was balancing here, I'm gonna get it even farther behind. I'm gonna start leaning my shoulder into the back of his neck. Okay? And now, the finish is in the wrists here. Okay? This wrist pulls down into that direction, south, like this. So there's still some tension on the collar. And my right wrist starts contracting like this. So I'm going to do this, right? To make the choke tighter, I'm going to hop my elbow back and lean into him. Put my shoulder behind the back of his head. Boom, boom. Start twisting here. And if you position yourself good, well, then it's just the wrist that can take the guy out, okay? So this would be the variation I prefer. That's less risky because we don't lean far away from the guy, okay? Sometimes the wrist is not enough, then we have to do a bigger transition, then we have to switch sides. I'm gonna show this next time, okay? But one more time, so it's crystal clear. We started from the back control, like this. We got a nice, strong seat belt. So, this is my controller, the hand is underneath the shoulder, the armpit. This is gonna grab my choking hand, protect the choking hand, okay? Now, we're gonna fold to the choking hand side. I like to, if I need some space, I put this foot on the hip, I push him down and get this as high as I can. I can lock a triangle for now, but I don't need to. I just like to be here. And now again, sometimes if it's completely asleep, you can even get the grip here. But you see, I have to, it's a bit hard. So I would prefer to sit up, get a shorter seat belt and get my elbow on the floor. Open grab. Grab high behind the ear or at the neck, right? The lower the weaker. For this one, if you just want to finish with the wrist, you have to grab really high. It's important, okay? Second one, you don't have to grab high, you just have to put some tension downwards with the gi, okay? And now, for the finish, you're gonna get even more behind, get the elbow back, get the shoulder in front, stay head over head, close to the shoulder, pull down, flex your wrist, and that's it, okay? So that's the preferred way for me. You don't move too much, you don't develop a huge gap, and give him a chance to maybe escape by pulling your elbow out, okay? So give this a try, guys. If you get stuck here, if it doesn't work, try to improve your grip, get it higher, okay? If that still doesn't work, then I'm going to show you next time how to switch sides, okay? Keep the grips and then drag him to the other side to get your legs into the game and then really choke the guy, okay? So that's it for today. Thank you very much, guys.